channel. So today I'm going to be doing a reading regarding Donald Trump and more than 150 files that he took with him when he left the White House. They did a search of his home and recovered a lot of it. It's been redacted. But I want to look into why he took these documents, what his purpose behind taking these documents when he left the White House. What did he intend to do with them? So let's get to it. Spirit guides, guardian angels, please join me. Wrap me in your light. Keep me safe from anything negative or anything that wishes me harm. Spirit guides, can you please give me insight regarding why did Donald Trump take classified documents from the White House when he left? What was his intentions or reason and motivation behind taking the classified documents with him when he left? What was his intentions and plans? So we have the Five of Cups here, Two of Swords in the reverse. We have the Justice card. Ooh, way too many. King of Cups in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles. And we'll do one more. The Four of Cups. Interesting. And on the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm going to take a moment and meditate with my cards, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it before y'all know it. The Five of Cups relates to him losing the election, having to leave his job, move away before he was ready to, or, before he felt he was supposed to, losing his status, money, as well as losing the support of family, friends, and his colleagues that he thought supported him. He felt confused and unable to see a way forward because he felt like he basically, after he left the office, there was going to be no way to have any negotiation or any bargaining chip. The stalemate was going to be over, that limbo stage, looking into his finances and things like that were going to be over, and he was not going to wield any more power. So he was going to have to face justice, as you can see, and he was going to have to deal with the legal issues, and he did not want to have to do that. He wanted to regain some of what was lost, or gain some type of leverage and take an opportunity to create, a better future than he was gonna have. The Two of Swords in the reverse shows him being deceptive and trying to blind the truth from being out, based on manipulation. It's also regarding manipulation in partnerships, because the Two of Swords, the two usually relates to partnerships. This could be a business partnership. He felt like he couldn't trust someone, an alliance that he couldn't trust. They had turned against him. Refusing to compromise or budge from his position. Needing to gain some type of leverage. Acting on impulsive and volatile energy to cause stagnation and imbalance, so that he would wield more power and keep the power from being wielded by the upcoming president, which would continue to further off any legal ramifications. The Justice card shows he felt like, basically he had no other option here. He was quick thinking, waited for the right time, in order to try to bring harmony to the internal conflicts and struggles that he was going to have to deal with. Kind of mediate the situation, come to an agreement maybe. His actions were causing harm to others, though, like his family, and people in his, immediate circle. So they weren't on board and weren't supportive of him anymore. So basically, not only did he lose the election that he thought he had, like he really did. That was a real big ego kick for him, allegedly, by the way, in my opinion. He was hoping that he would be able to use the documents in order to correct any errors or imbalances within maybe like the financial stuff. Like, I think that a lot of the documents were to cover up what he really needed to cover up, and that was some type of financial stuff or some type of contracts, business thing. I don't know. That's what I'm getting, though. But he wanted to redress those and restore order to them. And try to gain favor of influential people that will support his projects and get support and contracts signed, as well as his legal issues resolved. His needs are met, negotiations will be successful, he'll have the upper hand. The King of Cups in the reverse shows that he was very emotionally vulnerable and very volatile. He was acting impulsively and secretively. He wasn't he was being very uncommunicative, unwilling to, like, basically like a freaking child. Like in this one where the woman's like yelling at the guy who's been drinking, and he's got his fingers in his ears like blah blah blah, I don't want to hear it. He like threw like a tantrum, blaming others for the predicament that he found himself in, being very destructive, having destructive behavior, and manipulating, saying the right things to get what he wanted, deceiving, because he couldn't let go. He was very insecure in his position. Like, giving up the power was one thing, like, but the change and the loss to his ego, the ego hit was big. But need to be defensive and acting vindictively, resulting because of the loss specifically, and making decisions from emotionally vulnerable place, volatile place, which lands him in debt. And because he wanted to continually try to be territorial and have power struggles, because he feared losing ground, and trying to control others. Emotional outburst, all of those things. Just because he wanted his freedom, his independence, with the Nine of Pentacles, self-sufficiency, material security, a sense of his own well-being. He wanted to know that he was not going to have to face legal ramifications for whatever he was trying to hide, or whatever he financially did wrong in office. Well, so he took other documents in order to try to gain that leverage. He needed to make sure that his needs were met and create wiggle room for spending, adjust documents and his expenditures accordingly, do what was in his best interest. He's very confident. But he was seeking personal fulfillment, achievement. The Four of Cups shows his feelings of need for security and safety, feeling very fearful of the change that was upcoming, and the things that were going to come after that, the legal stuff that was already been in progress that he was able to stall while he was in office. He was unwilling to take risk and needed to protect himself from past issues that he still hadn't dealt with. And making positive change in the environment so he could have some type of leverage. So the Ace of Pentacles, which is on the bottom, shows the overall energy surrounding it. It relates to getting what he desires, an opportunity for further attainment, maximizing his potential, finding a way to use it to build for his future. Money coming in, new property, new business rewards, new responsibilities. So maybe like he could salvage and get back in office, maybe. I don't know. Or an investment opportunity, kind of getting people on board using it as leverage. I don't know. But he wanted to use that to build a long-term plan and hoping that his risk will pay off. It also relates to like signing checks, agreeing to deals, getting paid, and building his resources. So I think that he really did suffer from like financial issues and possibly misspent money in that way too, in his time in the office as president. Some kind of backdoor deals, some things, some written documents, stuff like that, that he also was guilty of. But then there was the past thing. But he figured, when he was not in office anymore, they were going to be able to see the books, see the things that weren't balanced, because he literally didn't even question if he was going to be president or not. That was how cocky he was. He didn't even take the time to pay attention to detail to get them already fixed and, forged, whatever. He didn't even do that. But let me know what you guys think. Love ya.